Hey guys, congratulations, you made it. I am so glad you are here. Hey, let us know in the chat where you're chiming in from. If you threw a dart at the US, I'm right in the middle, in the heartland. And we are so glad you're here. We're talking about a little bit behind the scenes and the why and the who about me writing a book. And if you've been living under a rock, yes, I'm launching a book at the end of the summer. And I really want to bring you along for that journey. Now, I am looking at several different screens. So, hey, Connie, good to see you. Let us know where you're chiming in from. We've got Oklahoma in the house, Seattle in the house, and Dallas in the house already. I am so glad you guys are here. A little bit about me. My name is Bren Harris, and I founded Warrior Moms by Bren, now the Warrior Nation, when my son was medically injured at 22 months of age. We have walked through hell these last 12 plus years. And now we walk through it like we own the place and take water back to those in the fire. And I feel like it's really important that every single one of us, yes, you, me, everyone, has a purpose and a calling in this thing we call life, and that we are called to help those, bring them along the journey that we've already walked. And that's really important. I don't claim to have all the answers. And if you're around me for 5 minutes, hey, Florida in the house, good to see you guys, Georgia in the house. If you've been around me for 5 minutes, I don't have all the answers, but what I do know is that together we're stronger and we figure them out faster. And a little bit about me, I grew up in the heartland and lived all over and spent quite a few years in Japan. And that's where my son was born. And the book is actually set on the island of Okinawa in southern Japan. And it's very beautiful. It's like a miniature Hawaii. And we got to be there for several years. And I just want to bring you along on the journey. And I know we have a lot of new people. So here we go. I'm going to start with my why, which is right here. This is my son, Zach. And this was on one of the medical trips we took out of state. We do that often. We are detoxing from heavy metals and toxins. And we have found a really amazing practitioner a few hours away from us. And we make that trek regularly. And we will do things for our children we won't necessarily do for ourselves. And understand that we are in this together. And we're talking about the book. I have not released the title yet, but I do want you to know I see you. And that was really my big push. I got to thinking about legacy. You know, we get to a certain point in life and we've worked so hard for what we want to accomplish. And then we say, what's my legacy? What outlives me? What will outlive me? And I am a firm believer that we can do that together. Now, my son learns new words with American Sign Language. So our word for tonight is visible, and it's two parts. Can see. That's the ASL word for visible. So visible, just like that. And I apologize to my international warrior moms. I know that looks like an inappropriate sign. It isn't. It's really the American Sign Language. And we want to know, why do moms feel invisible? And this is what lit a fire under me. Now, a recent study was released of over 3,600 American moms. And it was a reputable study, peer-reviewed, and 79%, hey, hear me, 79% felt invisible. 79% of American moms feel invisible. Why is that? We're wearing all these different hats and we're just the mom, especially if we're homeschooling or like we do hybrid charter school, where I end up being a teacher, warden, therapist 24/7. That's a recipe for complete burnout. And I don't want that to happen to anyone else. And what we find in these studies, that 79% of American moms feel invisible. Of those 79%, 95%, oh my gosh, that's almost 100%, 95% feel like that affects their mental health. And so my why was to leave a legacy and share my warrior mom journey, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the encouraging, and let you know. I want to put a caveat here. If you hate romance, mystery, and intrigue, this is probably not the book for you to read. This is fast paced, and it is, you do not know what's going to happen next. And then at the end of each mystery chapter, we have a lesson for the warrior mom, and that will be accompanied by a journal. And for me, the why of this was really important. Do I want my son to go through life thinking, oh, that's just mom? Or, hey, that's my mom, the warrior mom, or the warrior nation? Because so many parents are suffering in silence. So many caregivers are burned out and not paying attention to their own health. I wanted to make sure they know, I see you, I hear you, you are valuable. Hear me, warriors. I see you, I hear you, and you are valuable. Now, how do we show up and stop feeling invisible? I say camera rich environment. That means you can take a screenshot, or if you're on your laptop or iPad, you can always take a screenshot with your phone. But I'm not going to put the words up for very long because that's kind of boring. So, how to stop feeling invisible. If 79% of American moms feel invisible, and 95% of those that were surveyed that say they feel invisible feel like it affects our mental health. And first things first, here we go. We become invisible when we choose to opt out and not be visible. Have you ever had a really great opportunity, but we overthink it, and then we get busy with life, and we're so busy doing for others that we forget to take that opportunity for ourselves? I think Sir Richard Branson is attributed to this quote. He talks about, if someone offers you a ride on a rocket ship, don't ask how many seats or what's my seating assignment. Just do it. And when we, as caregivers and as moms, choose to not take those opportunities, we chip away at our self-esteem and our confidence. And pretty soon we feel like, no, I'm in a room full of people and no one would notice if I wasn't here. Hear me. I know you felt this. I have been in ballrooms full of people and they're so involved with themselves and not walking in purpose. They're just busy trying to impress each other that, they don't even know we're in the room. So our mission with this talk and sharing my why is, be visible. So be, or can see, visible. Okay. Now, next thing is take that opportunity. Our kids are often the worst at making us feel totally invisible. It's hard to remember how dependent on us they used to be. Oh, if you know a parent of a teen right now, you give them a big hug and probably bring some wine. I've heard rumors of the teen years. I'm living it. And okay, Bertie, let's fly. It is an entirely different season, and that's the key. It is simply a season. And the only way I've been able to survive it and turn that into thriving is to reach out to other parents that are going through it or have been through it, the fire, and they can bring the water back to me. Now, I won't claim to have all the answers. And if you are just joining us, hey guys, good to see you. Yes, that's the truth. Room full of people and be invisible. Our focus right now is to combat that, because that is a lie from the enemy that you don't matter, because you do. You are valuable, you are seen, and you are heard. And one of the things I really want to bring to your attention is that we're so busy doing, a lot of times we don't have the opportunity to actually become. We're human beings, not human doings. Okay. And it's really important that, we have Tulsa in the house in South Carolina. Good to see you guys. And we're talking about being invisible, and the recent study that shows that a survey of 3,600 American moms feel like 79% of them felt like they're invisible. And this is really key, because when we feel like we don't matter, that starts writing that narrative, that negative narrative that we don't want. Okay, so my why behind writing a book, it is full of intrigue, mystery, and suspense, and a little dash of romance. And it also takes a time out at the end of each chapter to share a warrior mom encouragement. And one of those things is I want you to know that I see you. I see you. And it's really important that we feel valued and heard. Now, um, moving from the why, if you've done any kind of side hustle or direct sales, your why needs to make you cry. Yeah. My why is obviously my son, and here is a somewhat recent picture of him. And we are learning the dynamic of he's gone from this tiny little completely dependent child to a 6'1" teen with a really deep voice and a beard. So I am pivoting, and I am learning that to empower him and to prepare him for life, that requires me to reach out to others and to learn from them so that I don't feel like I'm the doormat. And it's all a process. Nobody has all the answers, and that's why we're stronger together. Hey guys, good to see you. Yes, agreed. We are here to lift each other up and to make sure that we're walking in our purpose. Now, hear me. Why is this so important? Oh, hear me, warriors. Why is this so important? If we are not walking and staying in our own lane, keeping it clean, focusing on ourselves, we will not be able to help the people that need us. Hear me, there are people in this world that need to hear your story and your success and your triumph over adversity. Think of that one thing. Hear me. Think of that one thing that you always thought, I'm never going to get out of this. I've had some illnesses where I'm like, I don't think I'm going to pull out of this. I can't envision myself being healthy again. Well, I'm telling you, that's the thing that you can help someone with, because look at you now. It was a speed bump, not Mount Everest. And when we're in the thick of it, it's really hard to see, especially with caregiving. And thank you guys. If you're getting value, put value in the comments. If you are on the live, put an L. If you're on the replay, put an R. And also, if you're just joining us, let us know where you're chiming in from. This is a really hard earned win for me to be able to unzip my heart and share behind the scenes of why I wrote this book and why I wanted to make a Warrior Mom mystery and sprinkle in some encouragement and journal work with it. Because for me, it's not one size fits all. The journal may relate to a lot of people. For me, writing it out, pen to paper, there's something about feeling that pen to paper that gets the white noise out of my head and onto paper, and I don't feel so scattered and pressured. And that voice of I'm not doing enough, I'm not enough, all that goes away because I've gotten those thoughts out of my head and onto the paper, and there we're writing the vision of success and victory. Okay. The other thing is the who. Who? Who are you called to help? And remember, that thing that you thought you would never get out of, now you can look in the rearview mirror. The rearview mirror is smaller than the windshield because we're not going that way. And we can say, hey, I made it through that. That really was just a speed bump when it felt like I would have to be climbing a mountain for the rest of my life. Also, please, hey guys, good to see you. We have Oklahoma and Arkansas in the house. One of the things that I find is that everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a different experience. Yes, a medical injury or immunization injury for my son, that's part of our story. That's not the whole story. It's who we're becoming along the way. It's not always about the goal. It's about who we become while aiming for that goal. And that goal is to find a way to have healing, to have sort of trauma repair from we trusted the medical system and it failed us miserably. I want to make sure you know that you do you. I'm not going to push what I have experienced or believe on anyone. I'm going to share our story and encourage others to do genetic testing. If we had known that we could do a simple at home genetic test, we wouldn't even be in this situation, because I firmly believe in people I know, like, and trust that are way smarter than me in the medical field, the progressive medical field, are telling me that, genetic based healthcare is the future. Just because one person can, take a medication and it affects them one way, allergy meds, we're in allergy season, and another person takes the very same medication, it might make someone awake for 3 days and the other person sleep for 3 days. Every single person is unique and different, just like our fingerprints. Okay. Now we are talking about being invisible and how to show up and be seen. Okay. And that's our ASL sign for this talk. And we've talked a little bit about how our kids can make us really feel invisible. Now, we are not a family that has unlimited screen time, eat all the junk food you want. We've been gluten free for 11 years, and we do not have any artificial color in our home. That's why I always have this lipstick on. It's a lip stain, it doesn't transfer, and it's healthy. If you want it, reach out. I'll give you the 411. And I can't transfer that color to my son. He will turn into the Incredible Hulk. Why is that? Artificial colors, specifically for children, it's petroleum based, and their little systems, even when they're big kids, their little systems cannot detox that, and it turns him into the Incredible Hulk. Yeah. So if you have someone who has a child that's having behavior issues, please encourage them to look at artificial colors and start ruthlessly eliminating that. Now, my why for the book is to leave a legacy and to share with warrior moms that you are not alone. My who are the people, probably who I was 12 years ago. Guys, I'm not even the same person. It has required me to take control of my health. I've hit 100-pound weight loss systematically, not crashed. And I've started taking care of the temple. I've started exercising every day. I've started eating intentionally instead of just eating to feel better. When we have a really stressful situation, especially when we're moving, yeah. Yes, artificial colors are the enemy. Yes. And you know what's so funny is no one in the medical community ever told us that. It was another warrior mom that said, hey, try this and see if that helps. And it was night and day. He was a new child. I mean, within 2 days, no aggression, absolutely using more words. And, we didn't have all this stuff when we were growing up. So I'm just excited that we can share our wealth and share our knowledge. And we want to be seen. So just a quick review, and then we'll bring this in for a landing. We are looking at how to stop feeling invisible. And the first thing is to show up and be seen, be visible. And the opportunities that really scare us, stop overthinking. Just go for it. You don't fail, you just learn, and you learn better, and then you habit stack and keep going. I have made millions of missteps in this journey, and that's how we learn. We learn that certain medications are not right for everyone. We learn that just because someone in a white coat tells us what to do to get better or feel better, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a right fit for us. And I want to question everything, warriors. Question everything. Now, my why behind the book, leave a legacy, help other people. We want to bring you along this journey. And eventually I will be reading little segments. And if you have not voted for the best-selling author cover photo, check out my social, Bren Harris on Facebook, at Win with Bren, the Warrior Mom, on Instagram. Please vote for A, B, or C. And we are going to reveal the winner on Friday. And we've got a few days still left for you to vote. Hey, good. Yes, life lessons are important. And the way we learn these life lessons and stay humble and stay grounded is by one more try, one more try. Well, that didn't work exactly. Let's pivot. Yeah. And the who are you called to help? And I do want you to be writing down that one thing you thought you would never, ever make it through. And here you are. It's in your rearview mirror and it's just a speed bump. Last but not least, flip the script. Be the one who flips it around. Walk through the door with your head up, your smile on, and say, "Hi, how are you?" Make eye contact. You'd be amazed at the difference. Flip the script, even when you don't feel like it. Courage is just doing it afraid. Step into your calling. Take that risk and be intentional when walking in purpose. Now, last but not least, I want you to know, if you carry one thing with you, you're brave, beautiful, strong, worthy, magical, and loved. The Warrior Nation is your source for truth, transparency, and trust. Warriors, unite.